Show. That's right. Welcome in, welcome back, folks, to a Central Michigan / Always Irish Tailgate Party Review Edition of the Always Irish Show. Oh, thanks for being here. Oh, John, where'd you get that chain from? Mark with glasses made me this medallion and bestowed it upon my head at the tailgate, and I wore it all day, damn it. And I regret nothing. I love it. It's right up my alley. It's a beautiful gold medallion. I wore it all day, man. What a day. We got a lot to get into. As always, thanks for being here. You can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps Johnny Boy out as well. Notifications on that way. You will learn it every time a new episode drops. I know you don't want to miss it. Twitter. Search bar, Always Irish Rat. Always Irish Inc. Emails, alwaysirishandy@gmail.com. Audio only, anywhere you want it. You could get it. The call-in lines. 312-988-15. You tell Johnny all you've already seen except for tonight. Just walked in the door from the game. I got up. I feel bad that I wasn't able to take calls. But it's not like I was slacking on. Yeah, at least I was there and doing stuff on behalf of the cause. It's just I feel guilty when I'm not able to be here for you guys. That's all. And so we'll get back to the call-ins on Monday morning since we didn't have one today. I just walked in the door from South Bend. Also, take a look. One of the sample shirts, a bunch of different colors, everything trying to get out of the mic, different colors. We had some out at the tailgate today. So that stuff will be coming soon on the store. Instagram, Facebook, Always Irish Inc. USA Today, Fighting Irish Wire. Read all about it every day, folks. Okay. So here's where we're going to start. What a day. What a day. Just walked in. It's been a long day. I mean, we were out the door at 5 a.m. our time. Like it's been a long day, a great one in a lot of ways. Forgive me if my voice isn't perfect. I've been talking all day for like 15 hours. So forgive me if it's a little scratchy. First things first. Tailgate went absolutely fantastic. It was like a Twitter, YouTube screen name reunion. It is so much fun. Like, I'm easy to find because people know what I look like, but I don't know who some of these people are. And then they give me their screen name and it makes sense. So much so that we thought this would happen. And my lovely mother made name tags and everybody was walking around with their online name that everybody knows them by. It made perfect sense. Good job, Mom. It was beautiful. Thank you genuinely so much to everyone. Everybody who showed up, everybody who helped set up. I have a very loyal group of people that are willing to do anything to make this stuff happen. It was just fantastic. And when I get a little more time, I just walked in the door and came downstairs to do this. When I get some time, I'm going to put together a big video with all the highlights and all the goofy stuff we were doing and everything else. So stay tuned. Yeah, we're going to do that. I just need some time to sort through the pictures and the footage. But to everybody who showed up, everybody who donated, everybody who helped, everything. Anybody who brought stuff for the whole group. A lot of people brought me little gifts just to thank me for doing this stuff, I guess. Man, it means the world to me. It means the absolute world to me. Everybody has such unique stories and how they came to love Notre Dame. Found the show, like getting to know people's story and hearing all that. It's beautiful. And I'm going to say this, by far, the best thing that has come out of me doing this show has been the relationships. Me and my family have made so many close friends doing this. Like they're my closest friends now, a lot of them in that circle that I talk to and hang out with. And, it's just a wonderful thing. That is my favorite part of this is these relationships and our group is growing and I just love it. So thank you very, very much. Today was a great day and just all of us together. It was just beautiful. Now to the game. Pick your angle, folks. Pick your angle. What kind of mood are you in? Good game? Bad game, blah. What do you think? I feel like, now you got to understand, I didn't watch it on Peacock. I didn't see all the stats because I was doing all the being at the game. And I get no service. So I couldn't tweet. I couldn't pull up the score. I couldn't look up the stats. Nothing, man. Sure enough, I crossed that Indiana-Illinois line and my phone's blowing up. I got 100 text messages of people trying to hang out. Sorry. I blame AT&T. I don't know. Here's the thing, though. I feel like this ball game today is one that a Notre Dame fan, if they want to look at the positive of it, you could paint that narrative and find things to highlight and focus on the positive. If you want to say Notre Dame didn't play good and you want to nitpick the shit out of this game, you could do that too. And you could find plenty of things in that area. I believe that this is up in the eye of the beholder, the ultimate eye of the beholder. I spent that whole time driving home thinking about this. This is really what I mean. I think if you're a positive glass half full guy, you could look at the final score and a lot of other things that happened, and we scored in the 40s again, and it wasn't even close by the end. Beautiful. But I know how this fan base is, and I know how I am a lot of time, and there is going to be a lot to nitpick from this game. So this is a pick your narrative, and you can find what you need to fit it. I genuinely mean that on the plus and on the negative in this one. You could pick a path and make it work. Here's one thing I think we need to recognize first before we get going here. Notre Dame won 41-17. That's a great winning score. I've not been on Twitter. I'm sure there's complaints about the same things we were complaining at the game, and I have many too. But realizing that we're discussing these issues or the things we maybe didn't like about the game within the framework of we won it 41-17, that's good. That's great. Look at the position we were in a year ago. Like, that's progress. That's progress. That you won by this much, and we have a bunch of things we're not happy about, and this and that. That's a good sign. So Notre Dame wins big. That being said, I don't think Notre Dame played that well. It's wild, man. Like, looking at that final score, it's wild. You would look at that if you were at work all day and saw the score. Oh, Notre Dame was in charge all day. Didn't feel that way. Didn't look that way. I don't think Notre Dame played that good today. And in a way, I'm criticizing them and complimenting them. When's the last time Notre Dame under Kelly or any that won by this margin and you're going, yeah, they played terrible? Or not terrible, but they didn't play great. They didn't accomplish all the in-game goals we wanted. And you win by this much anyways. So in a way, when I'm looking at that final score and then I say, I don't feel like Notre Dame played all that great today at all, it's a criticism and a damn compliment that you cannot be on your game or whatever and do this. I'm not sure if it was a little hangover thing after NC State. Underlooking the opponent here, looking to the next one, just having an off day. I don't know, but I just don't think we played that great. I don't think we played that great. And ultimately, I think that's a compliment because me saying that we won by this score and I don't feel that we played that great, it suggests that there's a different level there. And I think there is. And so, why didn't they play to their potential? I don't know. But that's not as good as that team could play. I don't think they played that great of a game at all, to be honest with you. I didn't like a lot of what I saw, and I'm going to get into it. And I did like some things I saw. Pick your adventure on this one. We talked about the game inside the game this week as far as what we wanted to accomplish beyond just getting the win. Do you remember that? That's what I've been talking about that last week is I wanted to see Notre Dame hit these markers in the game, like in the process of a big, easy blowout, and then get all this work done and check these boxes. Some of those goals, as far as the game within the game, we reached, and others we didn't. Merriweather, 75-yard touchdown. Love it. It was one of the top bullet points I had is feed and get them guys going, get him going to be in a good mind frame for next week and all that. Bam, 75-yarder to Merriweather. Love it. It's exactly what he needed and exactly what we wanted to see in this game. Beautiful. Tyree, love it. Same thing. Another deep ball. I love that. Estime, Man, 176 yards. I mean, he just started mowing him down later in the game. Mowing him down. I mean, you love to see that. Some downside stuff. So there's some things there that were on my checklist of the game within the game objectives I wanted to see Notre Dame reach. On the downside, how about this? Sam Hartman, and guess what? He got touched way more than he ever should get touched. And I saw his leg bend backwards, and I almost flipped off the back of the stadium. He got hit today way too much than Sam Hartman should ever get hit playing this stupid team. It's the number one thing you couldn't have. And I'm sitting right in that end zone at the top looking at his leg get bent backwards. In the second half against Central Michigan. No. He got beat up. He got tagged a little bit today, and I don't appreciate it. He's going to be sore. He walked it off. He took some shots today. And that leg bent in a way that gave me an aneurysm. I almost just flipped off the back of the stadium. I'm in the top row. I almost just flipped off. One of the number one goals is, Hartman, get your work in, be winning by a lot at halftime, get that guy in the bench so nothing dumb could happen. You messed around, and then that guy's leg get gumbeat backwards or whatever. I didn't like that. That's the thing. It's just like, I mean, geez, I thought we'd be up by more and then he wouldn't be exposed in that way. He got hit a lot today, and I do not freaking appreciate it. I went into this game not BSing you guys. I said I want that guy hit 0 times. I want him running the ball 0 times. Shouldn't be needed in this game. He got dinged up a little bit. I do not appreciate that with what we have coming next week. You couldn't empty out the bench. I wanted to see all those other guys play and the quarterbacks and all that. Just didn't happen, man. You didn't get up by enough early enough. It just didn't happen. So you didn't get all that depth and the other quarterbacks and everybody else playing and all that. You just didn't get it. Wasn't that game. Central had 131 yards rushing, but damn it, I'm telling you, it seemed like we honestly ran on a little more than that at times. Some of those run fits were not good. And they're not good. So that's not good. Some of those run fits I really did not like. You let them go right down the field and score to tie the game early. I didn't. That's not what anybody was there for today, okay? The refs suck again. Another week, and they suck every time they make a call. Oh, we got to huddle and make up to all get our story on the same page. The refs were bad again. That's another week in a row. I'm sure they'll be bad next week. No turnovers caused. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And so I genuinely feel like you can pick a narrative, the one that hits you, the way you consume Notre Dame football, and you can make it work. You can make it work. If you want to go, man, 41-17, Notre Dame's undefeated. Life is good, baby. You can pull up numbers and make that work. And if you want to say there's a lot of things here that were not tidy, not on point, not exactly what we wanted this game to be like, you can make that argument too. But the number one to me is Hartman got hit a lot. And that knee thing, that leg thing, I'm telling you, he was limping. You couldn't see it on TV. Maybe they did show it on Peacock. He was in the tent. I didn't like it. My head almost exploded off my body when I saw his leg do that move. Like, that's the number one thing to me. It's like, it isn't about, I needed him out of the game. And you didn't get it up enough to do it. And now that guy's dragging a leg around. He was limping, man. He got hit, and I don't appreciate it. This game was in the eye of the beholder. It was in the eye of the beholder. It's just kind of weird. A couple weeks in a row, if you missed the game and saw the score, you're like, oh, Notre Dame, easy win, no big deal. I was at work. They were on easy street, coasted. It didn't feel like that today. It didn't feel like that last week. And it's like, but again, I keep coming back to this. It's a compliment. It's a compliment that Notre Dame's winning by these margins and we expect more. Man, I love that. That's a great sign, you guys. That's a beautiful sign. The fact that Notre Dame's winning by this much and we think there's different levels they could be better. I think that's a compliment, man. That's way further than Notre Dame football has been in a long, long time. We used to lose these games or win them by a field goal or whatever. Both last year and with Kelly, man. Too many of these games against these kind of teams were ended up way too close. Not like for a while, for the whole damn game. So I'm just kind of conflicted here. It's like, man, overall, look at it. Undefeated, scoring all these points every week, whatever, and keep it moving. I mean, look around the country, man. A lot of teams with a lot of talent have losses, and Notre Dame doesn't have one yet. I understand maybe they played better competition. Look at what Alabama did today against South Florida. I mean, I see it. I can pick your lane, and you can make it work. Pick your lane, and you can make it work. I think my lane is I'm going to nitpick some stuff, and I'm going to say it's a compliment to this team because I think there's a few different notches above that they could play better than what they did today. And so even though they won by a lot, my standard is just better play in the game. And you can't have that standard if there's no basis for it. But I believe I've seen enough to think this team could play way better than they did today. Way better than they did today. So in a way, it's a compliment. I mean, you're not going to be on every week. You're not going to be on every week. This was an opponent that excited nobody. So I don't know. So then that brings me down to this path. This is the biggest question of the night, probably. Does your Ohio State Notre Dame feelings change after this? Did you go into it feeling a certain way about how Notre Dame was going to play Ohio State? And then now you see this and it changed? Or no, is that riding too much of an immediate wave roller coaster? Or you could just say, man, 41-17, what do you mean? We're trending up into Ohio State. Is anybody crazy if they say that? If they say to you, oh, dude, 41-17, it wasn't even that close. And they're trending right up into Ohio State. But I guarantee you, half the people watching this are going to go, I did not like that game. But I understand it, dude. I understand it. It makes total sense. I get it. So maybe the reality is, tough physical game last week, opponent that doesn't do nothing for anybody this week, what you have coming to distract you next week, all of it. Maybe this is one where you just take the win. And then I don't know how much this applies to Ohio State because it is going to be such a unique animal, such a unique war in the buildup. There's no way the guys come out flat against Ohio State like they might have today. They won't. It's Ohio State. They understand the moment. I always talk about you can't manufacture emotion that isn't there. Maybe there was a little bit of all of it. A little, hangover from NC State and the weird situation there and looking ahead and looking past these guys. I don't know. I just don't think Notre Dame played that great today. They didn't accomplish a lot of what I wanted them to do. Mainly have Hartman and the starters out for the second half. That didn't happen. That wasn't possible today. So I don't know, you guys. So maybe what you do is you just throw this out. You just throw it out and go chalk it up as a win. Didn't ruin the whole year. And then we get into Ohio State. But there's work to do. And the number one work to do is probably in the therapist room for Sammy Hartman getting beat around today. That was the number one thing I didn't like, man. It's the number one thing you couldn't have happen. And the guy was getting tagged against Central freaking Michigan. There ain't enough Jell-O shots in the parking lot to make me be able to look at that and not lose my mind. Anyways, Notre Dame's undefeated. Notre Dame's scoring a boatload of points. And they have an opportunity to really change a lot of national narratives next week. I saw on the way home, game day's coming and it's official. So this next week is going to be something. And would I feel better about Notre Dame, Ohio State if this game was 56-3 and Notre Dame it was over at half and it was just everything perfect according to plan? Yes, I would. But I am not going to let this game say, oh, this is how they're going to play next week. Just totally different dynamics. These guys understand what's on the line next week, and they're going to prepare themselves and get ready and be up for it. So I don't know, man. Maybe this is just one of those weird games on the schedule. You take your W, put it in the win column, move on. So let me know what you think. Which side of this are you falling on? Look at the big difference in the score. We're trending up, or I didn't like a lot of what I saw. I can make arguments for both, and the reality probably is both. So I would like to know what you guys think about that. Again, thank you so much, everybody, today. Just, you guys are the nicest people. Like, everybody I met was so gracious, so nice, just so pleasant. It was really overwhelming almost how nice everybody was to everybody. And it was just a great group and a great vibe. And now I feel like we're kind of locked in it now. You can't not do it again. So I think this needs to be a yearly thing, and we'll have to pick the game next year. And so we'll do that. And again, Mark with glasses for the bling. I appreciate it very much. And everybody else, all the stuff you guys brought and the kind words and everything. It means the world to me. Like this is all about you and all about us together. And today was a beautiful moment for that. And I'm very grateful for all of you guys. It's wonderful, man. This family's growing and we're all in it together. And it's a beautiful thing. Have a good one. We'll be on that live show Monday. We got to catch up for not having a live call in after the game. Dial it up and let me know what you think.